Dear students, welcome back to a Digital Learning, an initiative by a Department of Collegiate and Technical Education, Government of Karnataka. Dear students, the previous session we learnt about types of planning. And in this session, we're going to learn about decision making. So far, we learnt under this unit that is the meaning of planning, definition of planning, nature of planning, features of planning, purpose of planning, objectives of planning, steps in planning, and types of plans. And today, in this session, we're going to learn about decision making. The learning objective of the session is to learn about the meaning, nature of decision making. Session outcomes is that at the end of the session, the student shall have a concept clarity and understanding with regard to meaning of decision making, nature of decision making, and the futures of decision making. Dear students, look at this image. So whether there here two directions, one is left side and right, so that is this way and that way. There is a confusion. So here the management gives an answer for this confusion. So management is essentially a decision making process in case of every section of management. A manager has to make a choice among alternative courses of action. Whatever a manager does, he does it through a making decisions. A manager, by way of taking decisions, directs the behavior of a subordinate. So management is defined as the art and science of decision making. However, it may be noted that the decision making is the means of carrying out a managerial tasks and responsibilities. The efficiency of the organization depends upon the efficiency of the decision making of its management. My dear students, a decision is an act or a choice where the organization reaches to conclusions. What must not be done in a given situation is explained by decision making. It's a point where policies, procedures, objectives come into action. The main purpose of decision making is to direct human behavior. Let us learn about the meaning of a decision making. Just a decision is a choice between two or more alternatives. It means this implies three things here. One is when managers make a decision, they are deciding what to do on the basis of some conscious and deliberate logic or judgment. And another one, that is, managers have alternatives available when they are making a decision. It does not require a wise manager to reach a decision when there are no other possible choices. It does require a wisdom and experience to evaluate several alternatives and select the best one. So that the decision making is a rational process including all those investigative, creative, diagnostic, and evaluative activities which take place while making a decision. So decision making is an important aspect of planning, the process of identifying and selecting a course of action from among various alternatives to solve a specific problem in a decision making. In the process of decision making, the manager must necessarily consider that the organization is operating in a constantly changing environment. The second one, that there are a number of alternative courses of actions available to solve a specific problem. And finally, Decision making is necessary to select the best possible course of action in terms of economy, actions of competitors, effectiveness, and efficiency. So that decision making is an essential part of the modern management. A manager's life filled with a constant series of decisions: where to invest profits, what to do about an employee who is always late, where should the firm's new warehouse be built, what subject will have top priority at the departmental meeting the next morning, and so on. So hundreds of decisions are made by the manager consciously and subconsciously every day. The actions are usually carried out by others. The decisions which are relatively minor are taken almost subconsciously, following rules and patterns of behavior established over many previous encounters with the problem. So that the process of deciding about something important, especially in a group of people or in an organization, that's called a decision making. A decision means the choice between two or more alternatives. Simple. We'll go to definition of decision making. So according to Melvin, so he gave a definition on decision making that administration is a decision making process and authority is a responsible factor for making decisions and ascertainment of decisions is carried out or not. In a business, whether the enterprise is a small or large, decisions are important. So according to Melvin, the administration is a decision-making process. Authority is a responsible factor for making decisions and ascertainment of decisions. And according to Tebby, so he suggested and he gave a definition of decision making that the decision making is a selection based on some criteria from two or more possible alternatives. So next concept is a nature or a characteristics or features of decision making. The decision making is a process of making a rational choice or selecting one of the various alternative courses of action. These two students, it means ಸೊ ನೀವು ಅಡ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಆಗಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ BBA ಗೆ ಅಡ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಆಗಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ಸ್ ಇತ್ತು ಅನ್ಕೋಣ. ಒಂದು BCom ಇನ್ನೊಂದು BBA. Whether I have to join for BCom, whether I have to join for a BBA. So there is a confusion. So once you taking admission BBA, you cannot taking admissions in BCom. It means BCom option is closed. This is what a rational choice is, selecting one of the various alternative courses of action. Next, a second point, decision making is necessary only when different alternative solutions are available. Of course. So you came to our college, you inquired about courses offered in our college. So we said that BCom, BBA, BA, BS and all. We're offering different courses. It means in your mind, it creates two decisions now. Whether I have to go for BSc, whether I have to go for BCom, BBA, BSc. Suppose you're going to offer only one course, that is BBA. You don't have options. You don't no need to create decisions. You're directly taking admission. It means the decision making is necessary only when the different alternative solutions are available. ಯಾವಾಗ ಆಲ್ಟರ್ನೇಟಿವ್ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಅವಾಗ ನೀವು ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಳಕ್ಕೆ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ಸ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. Then decision making is a purposeful activity. It's objective oriented. Next, decision making involves the commitment of resources and the reputation of the organization. Obviously, ನೀವೇನು ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂತಿರೋ ಅದು ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಇಂಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ರೆಪ್ಯುಟೇಷನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಇಂಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. You should not take, while taking a decision, you should evaluate yourself. To think, then you have to take the decision. So decision making is always related to the situation or environment. Of course, decisions going to take on the basis of situations, on the basis of environment. The features of decision making. Decision making is a process. Of course, it's not a fixed, it's a continuous process. It includes a choosing of a one best alternative among various alternatives. Next, it may change according to change in the situation. When the situation changes, the decisions also change. Next, decision making as a purpose. This is objective oriented. It is intelligent activity and depends upon the ability of the person. Intelligent activity and depends upon the ability of the person. Of course, the decision making is is guess and is a forecasting work. So there should be intellectual work. Decision making is a commitment for achieving the object, and decision making leads to increase the profitability of the business. Of course, whatever the decisions taking, these decisions are directly impacted on this organization environment. But while taking a decision, you should carefully how to take the decision. So in this session, we learned about introduction of decision making, meaning of decision making, definition of decision making, nature of decision making, and features of decision making. References. And finally, thank you, my dear students, for watching the video.